There you go. There's some Murph prep right there. This way, you know, you're just building volume. Next week, we're going to do a little more chipper style. So you're not going to get that in-between rest. So you're not going to get to rest the muscle group in between your sets, right? So now you're going to have to do all your push-ups, right? So again, it's short breaks. Short, small sets, short, small breaks. Same for your pull-ups, same for your air squats. And your run, you should just keep moving, right? No walking, at least at a slow jog. Here we go. Murph prep. We are in it. Tomorrow is May 1st. So, you know, we all know what's coming into May. We got Murph, everyone's favorite. It's so cool how big it's become. It's something so special. And, you know, obviously it's cool that CrossFit has done it at the games and allowed the athletes to showcase it and just make it even more known. So, you know, something like this I normally wouldn't prep for. But I think that most people don't hit the volume that's in a workout as Murph, right? Where you got 2 miles of running, you got 100 pull-ups, 200 push-ups, 300 air squats, you know, with a vest if you want to do it prescribed. So, you know, doing Murph prep, like leading up to it a few weeks out, maybe 2 months out, starting to, you know, add some volume of these calisthenic style movements is never a bad thing. And so, you know, I get a lot of questions about how to prep for Murph, and, you know, you just slowly want to build into it. It'd be like going and running a half marathon without running a half marathon. So, you know, I'm going to guess the average time on Murph is probably close to like 45, 50 minutes, hour, something like that, you know, with a good amount of volume. And so it's never a bad thing. So yeah, I'm going to give you guys a workout this week that you guys could use to prep. I can't run yet, obviously with my knee, but I'm going to do a Jacob's ladder, which, you know, a little bit lower impact. You know, if you have access to something like this, that's great. If not, what I'm going to emulate is a run. So you could substitute the Jacob's ladder that I do today for a run. I'm going to do a little warm up first, get the legs, get the juices, get the knee kind of feeling good, joints feeling good, and then we'll get into it. All right.
How's the knee doing?
It's doing good. It's doing better. You know, I can do some two-legged movements now. I can actually use it. I did some ground overhead, light dumbbells. I did some dumbbell snatch. I've done some squatting with very light load. You know, doing a lot of blood flow restriction right now. That's really helping. So, yeah. It's feeling really good. You know, range of motion is back. It still gets a little stiff sitting in cars for a long time. We're exactly a month out today. So yeah, it's feeling a lot better, and I'm excited. You know, 6 weeks is really, I feel like that is when I think that turning point it'll be like, okay, yeah, you can really push it now. I'm starting to do a little bit of like very light plyometrics, a little bit of jumping. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh man, I'm back. So, yeah, it's not too bad. You know, very quick recovery for surgery, but yeah, we'll see how it plays out in like 6 to 8 weeks, and hopefully it's, you know, good to go, and I can start really pushing it. I can bike, I can row, I can do the Jacob's ladder, I can push a sled. You know, things are on the up and up for sure. The sun's shining. You know, it's time to turn the sprinklers back on. It's good. Can't complain.
Are you training for anything in particular?
Not yet. You know, I don't have anything in mind. I don't have anything on. Well, I mean, I have that competition in Italy I'm doing in August.
Are you competing?
Yeah, I am. We'll see how that goes. So that'll be fun. I'll do the best I can out there. You know, and then we got Rogue in November in Scotland. I'm stoked about that. That'll be fun. But really, this men's golf league I'm playing in on Tuesday nights. That's my competition right there. I'm excited. This is the first. So I've played golf my entire life since I was like 8 years old, and I've only competed in like family golf tournaments. And finally, like, you know, and my handicap's like a 5 or a 6. I think it was a 5.9 at the end of last season. So, you know, I'm a decent golfer, but I've never like played in any league. I've never played in any tournaments. I've never been coached. That is just kind of like self-taught. I'm excited. You know, I get to play in this men's league on Tuesday night. So we'll see how it goes. I actually went up and I hit balls yesterday to see if I could, you know, how the rotation felt on the knee, and it felt really good. You know, I don't have the same distance. I'm not like willing to send it like I normally am, but I'm excited. We'll see how it plays out. You know, we'll wear a vest today. Get used to that too. That's a little different, you know, if you're gonna put 20 pounds on for Murph. So today I'm gonna stay off of squatting, just because normally in these types of squats, you're gonna push the pace, and I'm just not there yet for squats, even air squats. So we're gonna lean more towards like running, pull-ups, and push-ups. Just try to up the volume a little bit. If you don't know who Michael Murphy is, obviously, you know, Google his name, Lieutenant Michael Murphy, former Navy SEAL, Medal of Honor winner. Yeah, and so this is a great workout that CrossFit established years ago, and so it's a workout that, I guess, the style of workout that he used to do when he was in the military. Great honor to honor any fallen soldier, fallen hero. These guys are, you know, laid it all on the line for all of us. So it's always easier to push during these types of workouts. This obviously isn't the hero workout, but, you know, this is obviously just prepping for when we do Murph, which is, you know, Memorial Day. Today we're gonna start with 5 rounds. I'm gonna do a 200-foot Jacob's ladder, which is emulating a 400-meter run. So if you don't have a Jacob's ladder, do a 400-meter run, 15 pull-ups, and then 25 push-ups. If I could do squatting, I'd probably add in, I'd probably do 30 air squats on this. We're not trying to hit the exact volume. We're just starting to build up to it, right? So it's a progression so that, you know, when the time comes, the 300 air squats, the 200 push-ups, and the 100 pull-ups, and the 2 miles running isn't so drastic for someone who hasn't done that kind of volume. And that's, you know, why you want to do some of these prep style workouts for this workout. So, yep, so that's what we're gonna do. 5 rounds, 200-foot Jacob's ladder, 400-meter run if you don't have a ladder, 15 pull-ups, 25 push-ups, and I'm gonna wear a 20-pound vest. Boom. This shouldn't be too bad. Push-ups will hurt. Pull-ups hurt. Jacob's ladder will hurt. Yeah, not too bad at all.
How long have you had that vest for?
I got this vest in probably like 2012 or 2013. And so, yeah, like 12, 13 years. It's a Cry JPC. We'll get asked that a lot. And I have no affiliation with it, but it's just an awesome, very sleek, low profile carrier. Love it. It's the most comfortable carrier I've ever put on. I'm sure there might be better ones now, that this one's this old. But yeah, this was my favorite one by like a lot.
When you won Murph at the games, were you provided vests?
Yeah, we sure were. Speak of the devil. Here it is. The Murph one, the Murph vest. This is from a different one. But 2016, boom. Here's the vest. Yeah. I remember having to like make an adjustment mid-workout because it was a little loose. And so I had to like tighten these straps or something. It was kind of weird. But yeah. Still have it. And then then we got one in 2018 as well. That we got. This is where this one came from. Boom. So the thing about your vest, right, when you're wearing this thing is you don't want it too tight to where it's constricting your breathing, but you also don't want it too loose to where it's kind of flopping around. You want it snug. So kind of mess with that, see, you find that happy medium, right, when you get a good vest, but you want it to be as slick as possible. So, feels good. So we're going to do kipping pull-ups. If you want to do strict, do strict. It's up to you. In CrossFit competition, you're going to do kipping. That's just what it is. If it's allowed, you're going to do it, right? It's a more efficient movement. It's a quarter extremity. You will definitely get bicep, your biceps will get sore doing kipping pull-ups. So if it isn't something that you do often and you plan on doing it when you're doing Murph, I would do kipping, right? Get used to it a little bit. Get used to the motion. And it's faster, right? So the intensity is going to be up. But if you want to do strict too. It's just going to be a little slower, lower the intensity. It all depends. Like this, I'm not doing the workout, to isolate muscle groups to get fit. Like this is like a cardio workout with, you're going to hit muscle fatigue in some of the muscles, but it's not like I'm trying to build size by doing, this workout. So it's about working out, paying homage to Lieutenant Michael Murphy. So, that's really what it's about. So, yeah. Here we go. I need to do air squats. That fucking hurts so bad. Oh. Well, there you go. There's some Murph prep right there. Since I wasn't doing the air squats, Jacob Ladder made up for it. My legs were so fatigued. I'd get to 100 foot, and I was like, oh, I couldn't move anymore. I felt like I was crawling through mud. But yeah, it felt good. Pulse felt good. Push-ups are always going to get sticky. A lot of people don't realize the push-ups are, for a lot of people, are the crux for this workout. They go, and once they're gone, they're gone. And so, never hitting failure, and just trying to maintain small reps, short rest for push-ups really helps. I should have probably went 20, 30. Because the pull-ups felt really easy, But I just haven't done kipping pull-ups in a while. And so that's why I went with 15. Because I know I'll be sore on my biceps from that, even that amount right there, 75. And so 125 push-ups, right? Like getting close to the volume with some in-between rests with the Jacob's ladder. I was a little bummed I couldn't really air squat, but after the Jacob's ladder made up for all of the squatting. Like that was worse than air squats. So if you obviously don't have a Jacob's ladder, do a 400-meter run, 15 pull-ups, 25 push-ups, and let's just stay with a good number and go 35 air squats, right? And that will make up for not having the Jacob's ladder, which is, my legs were so pumped on that. So they were more pumped than they would be on air squats. So yeah, so 5 rounds, 400-meter run, 15 pull-ups, 25 push-ups, 35 air squats. And that's a good start, right? Now you're not hitting the full numbers of anything, but you're building that volume, right? That took me 19 minutes and 57 seconds. You know, I normally get Murphed on in around like 30s. At the games, it was 30 or 34 something, I think. But that was with a lot of transition, where when you do it straight through, there's less transition. You just have to take longer breaks in your movements. So it's normally faster when it's unpartitioned than it is partitioned. So at least for me. So yeah, that was a good first step into, you know, building towards that volume and capacity that you're going to have to hit when Murph actually hits. So next week I'd bump those numbers up, maybe go more of a chipper style next week, right, where you feel the volume a little bit more. So I'd maybe like next week I'd go 800-meter run, 75 pull-ups, 125 push-ups, 75 pull-ups, 150 push-ups, 200 air squats, 800-meter run with a vest. That would be my next progression, right? Because now we're going this way, you know, you're just building volume. Next week we're going to do a little more chipper style, so you're not going to get that in-between rest. So you're not going to get to rest the muscle group in between your sets, right? So now you're going to have to do all your push-ups, right? So again, it's short breaks. Short, small sets, short, small breaks. Same for your pull-ups, same for your air squats. And your runs, you just keep moving, right? No walking, at least at a slow jog. You know, and then maybe the last week prior to Murph, you should have 3 weeks here. Do another partitioned one where it's like, you know, 5 rounds again. Maybe bump these numbers up. Maybe go 600-meter run, 25 pull-ups, 40 push-ups, 60 air squats, something like that. You know, that'll be that third progression and building into that Murph for the next week. So giving yourself a full week of recovery in between. LFG program, we're rocking the Murph prep. My military program is obviously always prepping. So they do this type of stuff at least once every week or 2 weeks. So yeah, come join the squad if you want to. Again, this is all in honor of Lieutenant Michael Murphy. You know, a true American hero, a man who laid it all down the line for his brothers and his family and the country. So love what it stands for, love what it's become, love that so many people, big names are getting involved and spreading the word of it. So it's amazing to see. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Like, subscribe, do the thing. And as always, don't forget to pay the man.